Hi, everybody. Are you ready for a little bit of a different experience today? Okay, not really a different experience. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I thought I had these three little pots. Two of them, well, one of them I think I had purchased for something. One of them had like some foam in it. Not this one, obviously. And the big one was it actually had something alive in it at one point, but as I have mentioned more than once, I am not a gardener. I cannot keep things alive. And so the plant that was so beautifully gifted to us died. So sad, so tragic. But he told me I could keep the pot, and I was actually kind of excited because I had an idea. I love to look at, well, I don't look at Pinterest, I look at things on um, Google Images. I really, actually, I shouldn't get on Pinterest. I could spend hours and hours and hours on there, I would imagine. But um, I had seen some really cute pictures of some things that you could do with them. And since I can't grow things outside, but I'd like to pretend like I can, started coming up with an idea. And I'm going to be putting together a cactus family to go outside and reside and pretend like I can grow things. So we started here. I took two of them and just put down a base layer of white gesso so that it could try to cover up. I mean, that's a messy looking pot. That pot was well loved before we got it. This little one, I'm going to be putting a different color on there, but I wanted to give it a good white base layer so that the color could come through without the terracotta color coming through the back. Now I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, that's so tragic. Laurie, oh guys, don't get older. It doesn't pay. Couldn't get the sticker off, so I decided, I guess we're leaving it on. Isn't this exciting? I know you guys didn't know that you were coming in so that you could watch me paint things white. But it's so satisfying, I think, to watch it like go from this kind of dirty, well loved terracotta color to a nice bright white. I ended up doing, I want to say, probably 4 or 5 layers of white on there just to get everything um, covered up and not looking like you could see the brush strokes over everything. And of course, I did the same thing on the white here on the teeny tiny little pot. I wanted to do the rim on the inside because that will be seen. So I've been working on my little rocks this last week. I ended up with the stomach flu. Not that you needed to know that, but there you go. And I needed something to do to take my mind off of it. And so I've been painting up my little cacti. And I've never done it before. So you will get to see me do something very new next week. Not that I've ever sat down and painted these either, but you know what I'm saying. So, okay, you really don't need to see me do a whole other layer of white. And I'm pretty sure that I cut it out. There we go. Okay. Now, I don't understand color theory. Um, it amazes me that somebody can take and put together brown, purple, and green and then come out with the most beautiful color of blue. I can't figure it out. And so I tried. I wanted to get, like, I didn't have a sky blue on hand. And so I tried putting together, what was it? Like it was a really pale blue. But then I mixed in some green and I mixed in some yellow, which was kind of dumb because blue and yellow already make green. And so even though you can't see it in this picture, or in this video, it ended up looking more green than it did blue. So I just went and grabbed a darker blue and put in some white, and that's the extent of my color theory because I know that blue plus white makes lighter blue. I know you guys are super impressed right now with my abilities, but I liked it a lot better. I just thought it was bright and cheerful and happy and oh good. And then I started with the yellow rim. Now, I am going off of pictures that I had found on the internet. And the only color that I carried through all three of my little pots, yes, the other one is going to make an appearance, is yellow. I love yellow. Ever since my dad passed, yellow has become one of my favorite colors because it was one of his favorite colors. And so he has influenced me in that way for sure. I just love how bright and cheerful it is. And so that was one of the big colors I wanted to carry through all three of these, and you'll see that come in to play. But I did go online and referenced some pictures of pots that I had seen other people. There was a really cute one of two big, larger pots, kind of like this one, where they looked like they were ice cream on top. They were so cute. But I wasn't looking to have ice cream melting forever in my garden. I wanted to pretend like I'm growing things. So I had grabbed my little notebook because I had never drawn little bumblebees before. And I cut that part out because it was very boring. I hope you appreciate that. And so I practiced drawing little bumblebees just with a couple of dots and a stylus. And so that's what we're doing here is we're putting on little bumblebees. They don't have stingers because in my world, bumblebees don't have stingers. They are just precious little things that go from flower to flower. And then they make honey, which I don't like, but it does sometimes taste yummy in flavoring things. So I'll let them do that for those that do like honey. I love how they look like little jelly beans. And then when I was done making the big ones, I found a different little guy and started making tinier ones. Tiny bumblebees, you guys. They're so cute. Just wait until they get their little stripes, and then they get their little wings, and they get their little eyeball. It's adorable. Now, I did try to resist putting on too many bumblebees. You know my predilection to putting on too many things. The only thing I regret is not putting one more at the top there. Did you see that moment? That moment where I was like, nope, put it down, Laurie. Oh, I wish I had just put on that one more because it felt like such an empty space, but I didn't. I resisted. Here's Mr. Pot that we have only now pulled out. I am just trying to get my things to work. Now, I had forgotten to push record when I first started putting on the flowers, and so I did one flower that had like a ton of petals, and then decided I just liked putting on about I think it's six petals on these white ones. And I'm just using a brush with some white paint. And then I wanted to do kind of a different kind of style when I did the yellow flowers. And so when I get to those, I actually grabbed, is it a stylus? Is that what it's called? One of the dotting tools. I grabbed a dotting tool and did my yellow flowers. One of these days, I am going to get brave. So I purchased one of those rock molds from the dotting company, the Happy Dotting Company, I think it's called. And I actually, since it's Prime Day, I picked up some, I think it's called gypsum. And you can use that to create these really smooth round rocks that are perfect for mandala making. And I'm going to try making a mandala. Now, I am terrified of the idea. Um, But this whole YouTube channel for me is about breaking out of that fear and trying something new. So when my gypsum comes and I get brave enough, I am going to try making my very first rock. And you better believe I'll be taking you on that adventure. And then we will try doing a mandala on it and we'll see what happens. Could be very exciting. But that's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to. I mean, seriously, I need to practice my dotting because this is pretty sad. Now, when I had finished with the bigger flowers, I decided to come in with the white dotting tool and come in and just do a couple of teeny tiny yellow flowers, which I'm really glad I did because I think it just fills it out nicely. You can see the inside of this pot was filled with foam at one point. I will be scrubbing the rest of that out after I have, um, oh, what's the word, sealed it with some Mod Podge and getting it ready for its cactus. I am just putting white dots in the yellow flowers and yellow dots in the white flowers. And then we're calling that one done. Now I'm gonna put, I had to grab my notebook because my pen wasn't writing at first. Putting stripes on. I did this one a little bit backwards. I did the circles pointing forward instead of away from the face. And so I ended up going away from the face for the rest of them. And sorry, my camera goes in and out. It doesn't know quite what to do with it, with everything being up quite so close. And then, just because the next part goes really quite quickly, I am making lemons on the next pot. Um, I wish you could have seen the original, but copyright laws, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's allowed and what's not allowed, so I just didn't put it up there. But it was really cute. And mine ended up being more like 6 giant lemons symmetrical around. And I really like the way it turned out, though. My biggest concern was that yellow is not very opaque, and so I had to be a little bit careful about where my lines were being put down so that you couldn't tell that I had messed up. But I do end up lining it with black, and it just covers up all those lines, and it made all the difference. So, um, to finish it out, just because it does finish quite quickly, I painted the lemons, I painted the leaves on it, and then outlined it in black and did the little stems. And I was really happy with it. I did take and put a layer of Mod Podge over everything. The one with the bumblebees, because the pen does tend to run. I did an oh my goodness, a spray sealer first, so that way it would lock in the pen, and then I went over with another layer of Mod Podge, just because I think Mod Podge is going to be better against the elements outside. So, in any case, I hope you guys make it a great day and stay tuned for next week when we have some fun with some cacti. Love you all.